Hello and welcome to another week of the Abusecartoons Livestream. You had a restart, so I and an update to OBS, so I should have guessed that the microphone was not chosen. This is not the default mic. So, hello, and yeah, I was trying to get started earlier, but everything I opened needed updating, so that's always fun. But at least we're not at the stage where, well, there we go. At the stage where the tablet gets knocked out every time Windows updated. That was getting pretty bad for a while there. I think about 5 years ago, every time I dreaded a Windows update, especially when they forced it, because then I knew my tablet wasn't going to be working. And Photoshop barely opened after this new Windows update, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect. So I hope everyone is doing well. We're in the horrible midst of the Christmas music coming out of everything everywhere. And it's just the same old stuff every year. Because, you know, here they don't listen to the lyrics. They're just listening to the melody. So it doesn't matter what, what song it is. But thankfully it stops a little bit before the 25th here. They start to get ready for the new year. And it's really funny, the grocery stores during the new year play like Japanese koto music. So usually the grocery stores are playing a really annoying kind of high-pitched, you know, cutesy store theme. Like each store has their own musical theme. And it sounds terrible. And it's so repetitive. It's only maybe like 15-20 seconds long, and it just repeats over and over and over and over. And so the atmosphere is totally different around New Year's because there's just like traditional Japanese stringed instruments playing. And so it feels very strange because that music just makes you want to get in and out of there as quickly as possible. I can't imagine working in that. It's really bad. I guess maybe you have a different tolerance if you're Japanese, but oof. Sorry. All right. So here we are. So I try to draw fewer. I was looking at the layers of the last Photoshop, and I think I use less than 10% of the drawings that I do. To make a new file, I delete so many layers. So, yeah, immediately I was thinking Christmas cards and things. So maybe I'll just do some falling down Christmas cards. So I wonder if people in the U.S. have stopped doing that as well, because, that used to be a thing, a Christmas card with a picture of your family, or, updating with some kind of family photo. And that's what New Year's cards are here, but people stopped doing that because, you're following people on social media. So you'll see on Instagram the same stupid photo they would have sent you on their Christmas card. So it's a little redundant. So I think that's what's created a lot of it. Actually. Oh, why is that so much thicker? All right. And maybe some envelopes. So, yeah, we finally got a cold snap. We're in the single digits, which is Celsius here, so it's not that bad. Means high 30s, like low 40s, high 30s. Okay, that's a bad envelope. Or maybe I'll just do a sealed one. All right. Yeah, not sure what this is all about. I should do something more dramatic than usual, like a bonfire of Christmas cards. All right. So I adjusted the camera, but now it looks like I'm falling off of the corner of the screen. I just can't get this set up to stay in any usable state here. Oh, yeah, this could just be kind of. Yeah, so. Yeah, I guess this could be propped up. The process of choosing just the right holiday card. Oops, don't do that. Oh, I finished the, I guess it's the shortened fifth season of Boardwalk Empire. It really sucks they took that show away from those guys and didn't let them have like a nice resolution, because it's the Sopranos, a good portion of the Sopranos writers and directors, and they gave them a shortened last season to kind of wrap things up, and so it was just every episode was a major character death, and it was very very disturbing, very fast, so it wasn't very satisfying as far as finishing the story. And I wonder how similar it would have been to their original thinking. And I think they develop things pretty organically, because they're based on historical figures, but they're not telling biographical, it's not true biographies. So the characters can die that didn't really die. And they can die in different ways because they're just named after. And I think they probably also did that to prevent, whatever estates or whatever going after them. All right. Okay, well, there's a weird orgy of holiday cards. We'll figure out what that is later. Oh, hey, how's it going? Hey, dude. Yes, they are playing the hell out of Mariah Carey. And I think that's one of the few songs that like Japanese people know the words to. Yeah. They gotta be playing that everywhere. Unknown girl, wow, good to see you. Great. Oh, that's cool. In Australia, yeah, they don't do the photo Christmas cards. Yeah, that's a. I think somebody must have, started trying to market those to Americans because I've gotten a lot of those, and sometimes they're not even a card. They're literally just a like holiday greetings and some satiny background, and then a couple of like studio photos, like a little kind of collage of studio photos on a piece of photo paper, like a photography paper. So there's nothing on the back, and it's weird because I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it. It won't stand up by itself, so you just stick it to a refrigerator, or I don't know. Very odd. Dude will always have dude in his name. Nice. But yeah, it's just relentless here because they don't care what the songs are. Yeah, and I've heard some really funny music in Japan. So just the instrumental versions of songs. So there'll be a horn or sometimes even like a guitar or a piano or something doing the vocal, the melody of the vocals. So that old style music. So they still have that here. And I've heard weird things like Enter Sandman and like really bizarre stuff where like there's a music version of this. Where did they find this? So I think Japan still has some shops that have or no, that use like an old subscription, and sometimes those are just sent on radio frequencies for stores to broadcast. But it's really weird, the songs you'll hear, because you'll be like, why is this so familiar? And you'll listen a little longer, like, wow, I can't believe there's an instrumental. Like, and they're really cheesy and mostly very digital. Yeah, that's really, really crazy. Yeah, I'm just, even though it's finally gotten cold, I'm just not in the mood this year for any of this stuff to be happening. Which in previous years I've kind of like, it's been an excuse to just kind of relax a little bit. But yeah, not now. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of some fun stuff to do on the game channel. I might do another audiobook thing if my voice hangs in there. If I get a cold or something, I may have to delay it. That's the dangerous part. And I'm not reading anything live, so if my voice is bad, I can kind of struggle through it. Okay. Piles of something. Thanksgiving? Should we do a Thanksgiving cartoon? Let's see if we can do a drumstick. Oops. What's going on here? There we go. I'm getting really discouraged by all the AI that Adobe is building into their software. I don't want to use any of it, but it's gonna be like digital. Like I'm gonna resist it for a few years. Making digital art. I'll resist it as long as I can, and then it's just gonna become this inevitability. So I'll be able to, color things with AI or whatever. So it'll speed things up, but it's not me doing it. So it's very weird. Does that look like a drumstick? All right. What else? Don't know what that little box is. So lumpy stuffing and mashed potatoes. Move the mouse out of the way. Nice. Right, yes, exactly, dude. It's like It's a Small World. It's just a repetitive, horrible song. Yeah, I can imagine like working that ride. Oh, and having to hear that all day. Yeah, some of that stuff is amazing. Yeah, most stores, and I think we talked about that a while ago, because I was playing some songs from different electronic shops and stuff in Japan. But the philosophy, or like what they think the psychological use of those really cheesy songs is when things sound cheap and bad, then you get the idea, and I think this is more of an Asian thing. You get the idea that the prices will be cheap. So if it's a cheap sounding store and it's, kind of garish, like the decorations are designed for the signage and everything is loud and ugly, you'll get this idea that it may be cheap. So I think that is much more an Asian sensibility. Because like cheap restaurants and stuff will do that as well. They're kind of all you can eat places and stuff. They won't even bother to have anything very well designed, and it'll all be very ugly, and sometimes they'll go with really ugly mascots and things, because that makes people think, oh, this is cheap trash. So it won't cost me a lot of money. All right. What, a Thanksgiving parade of slop. Okay. Oh yeah, sentient Thanksgiving. How does this look turned on its head? Maybe duplicate it so I don't have to ruin a original version. I can redraw it. Yeah, maybe make it so it can sit a little flatter. Okay, this is going to be a weird week of just confusing people on Go Comics. All right. This is not going to be good. You'd think I'd want to come up with a better idea, but at the same time, I just don't. Oh, there's one above everything here. There we go. What do they say? Always go with your first impulse. Whoops. What is going on? All right. So it is a kids or pets joke, or why is it on the floor in strange piles? Thanksgiving had become sentient. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's start coloring some of this. At least I know what this will kind of look like. Oh, so what you been up to, unknown girl? It's been a while since I've seen you online. Hope things didn't get busy or bad for any unnecessary reason. It seems like everybody's gotten some, sudden illness or bad news lately. All right, and then some lighter colored cards. So hopefully none of that's the case for you. And some, just do some maybe blue. And like a gold color. All right. I think I'm going to switch to like a fuzzy brush to do kind of an edge on the cards. No, it's not that fuzzy. But just, like a border. So it has that snowy Christmas card look. Yeah, I'm not going to bother to try to recreate photo cards. I should just go to Awkward Family Photos and do those, the disturbing ones they have there. Oh, wait. There we go. All right. And then maybe some detail. Oh, maybe I'll do this. Christmassy looking. And a jaggedy tree. There. Beautiful Christmas designs. And maybe just fade these in a little bit so they're not so prominent. All right. Oh, yeah, the cards with the music. Oh, good. Just off of YouTube is not a bad thing. Collect your sanity. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, recently, after Trump, the Trump presidency, that's been the whole thing on the internet is like, prepare yourself for the battle of Thanksgiving, where you're going to have to tell your backwards relatives what you really think or, how the world works. It's really sucks because it used to be, it's almost like the world has flipped around because it always used to be like your conservative grandfather or conservative uncle, during like the 80s, like Reagan era or even the early conservative radio times in like the 90s. We'd have some grumpy old relative that's like, you kids don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And now it's just this invasion of these like, know-it-all university kids that think they're going to tell their family. And I guess that happened in the 60s as well. I'm sure my parents did plenty of that. But how annoying is that whole thing that's like, ready for a fight. And it's also because a lot of people go from sunny and tolerant to very unpleasant when they're drinking. So if there's holiday drinking, things started out fine, and it was all kisses, air kisses, and and happy holidays, and then the knives come out. But yeah, just the internet, like, it's just encouraging that kind of nonsense. And it used to be just like the shitty blogs that always had those articles, how to fight with your family at Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's really, really lousy. Yeah, because that was the thing. Because I went away to art school in the not big city, not so big city, but I never. It was always interesting to hear, like, kind of like the state of my relatives, because the things that influenced their thinking and their their work and their lives, like in the Midwest or whatever, is very different from the weird situation you have in the city. You're more worried about your landlord screwing you over, or the state of homelessness near where you lived. And that was about it. But the things that kind of occupied my relatives' thinking and their political views and their voting and everything, that was kind of interesting. So I don't know why we can't accept that in the world there are there's more than one way of thinking. And some people have the ability, and especially like if you think about a very religious doctor or a scientist or whatever, if they believe in creation, then they have to put that aside to learn, to be educated in, the scientific method or, modern medicine or whatever, and ignore certain things that their faith tells them. And that has always been the case. Like, people have always been able to do that. But suddenly that's no longer allowed. All right. Let's do this. But yeah, that was really, and it's just like, pandering kind of nonsense to tell people, okay, you're going to take the bubble you live in and you're going to go assault your relatives with it. But I talked about this before too, but I always hated that weird, because, most of my family just stayed in smaller towns most of the time. Sometimes they lived in bigger metropolitan areas. But then, I came from the big city, so what kind of wine should we have, with our whatever? It's like, why would I know? Do you think I'm a poor student? How much wine do you think I drink? How many wine pairings do you think I do? But I just hated that Mr., and all of, a lot of my relatives were, university educated. It's not like I came from a terribly, backwoods family, but that weird deference to, oh, you're in the city, so what are they doing in the city? That really bothered me, because I don't know where that. But of course, my brother loves that. That's his favorite thing, is just to condescend. That's why he lives as near to San Francisco as possible, because he loves to condescend to people. All right. Was the eyes too big? They look a little big. Yeah, maybe those are a little big. Yeah, it's weird. All the stuff that comes up. And I guess if you're only dealing with family a few times a year, it's bound to not go well. Not a heck of a lot of a relationship there. You only get once a year to air your grievances. All right. There we go. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but it's holiday cards. Yeah, most likely, yeah, unknown girl, yeah. Definitely because of drinking, yeah. Everything's fine until, people get going. Dude knows how to do it. You don't celebrate with family. It's much better. I've had much better Thanksgivings with like my classmates, at the university and stuff than I ever did going home. Because none of it's like, especially like going to art school. It's like, so what are you gonna do for a job? Like the big question hanging over your head all the time is, so you're gonna use this stuff you're learning somehow? Yeah. But yeah, that's holidays with friends is good too. I just can't believe. I mean, it exists here too. People living pretty far away from their hometowns or their family, where their families live. But nothing is too far away from anything here. So it's much more doable. Okay, so what are we doing here? Maybe green? Some sickly green with yellow, or maybe orange bits in it. But yeah, in the U.S., we just move so far away from each other. And of course, maybe corn and carrots will be funnier. Funnier. It'll be hysterical. Look at this. Ready to laugh? It's funny that we make it so difficult to get together, to visit each other because of how shitty domestic flights are anymore in a lot of countries. So you go through hell to get there, and then you decide you don't even want to be there pretty quickly. All right. There we go. Oh, let's put some, so that it makes a little bit more sense, let's put some gravy on the potatoes. That might help. So what is this? Floor Thanksgiving? This is another one of those nonsense cartoons, I have a feeling. There we go. And maybe something, I want to make this look more like stuffing. I guess like little cubes in it would help. Oh, actually, let's make them bread. So let's make them lighter, like a lighter and more yellow. Yeah, it's funny. But I haven't done any of that going home. Some people I hear that I know do that. They go back, I guess, because they've got young kids and they want their kids to meet the relatives and stuff. But they travel during this season internationally. I just like, oof, I can't imagine. And then just going home, because we did it a little bit before we had kids. We did it a little bit coming home for the holidays. Our genius idea was to celebrate Christmas in the U.S. and then New Year's in Japan. That's not an easy thing to do, traveling that time of year. All right, weird floor Thanksgiving. Everything looks very alien, too. Yes, we did that a little bit, and just that going from that shock of driving in insane snow, because, of course, nobody in my family can live even slightly near each other. So all scattered around in the snowiest, most hellish parts of the world. And yeah, so that's a big shock, is having to go back and deal with that. It's just amazing there's not more death and destruction just on snowy highways every holiday season, because you're under such pressure to get somewhere. Okay, let's do light instead of dark. That looks weird. All right, and then this one. This is some kind of vegetables. There we go. Oof. Wrong tool. There we go. So, yeah. It'd be fun for my Japanese daughter to experience more American holidays, but yeah, the logistics of it are just insane because she doesn't get out of school. Sometimes she gets out of school like on Christmas Day, so it's not an easy thing to do. We'll be taking her out of a lot of school. All right. And maybe some highlights make it a little more greasy. The shininess of food on the floor. Yeah, they just look like little alien cephalopods, don't they? There we go. I don't know what this is. We'll fix it in the writing. There we go. All right, so make this a little bit bigger. Oh, actually, maybe that first one was okay. What's with the dots? Or amazing criticism. Yeah, any more than just these simple dots. Like if I did, oh, I put these, of course I put these on the wrong layer. Oh, well, we'll take the shininess out. But could you imagine if the eyes, let's just do a simple experiment. If the eyes, were like somewhat expressive, how disturbing, how disturbing it would be. Like, I'm going to prove right now that my design decisions were are sound. I should just for laughs do a version sometime that has more cartoony eyes. See, that's why I do dots, because more complicated eyes just look disturbing. Yeah. Because I could get a lot more expression, but I think the point of it is kind of an emotionless, they're in some kind of aftermath of a kind of an emotionless, a numbness. So doing faces and even like mouths and stuff would be odd. I could get emotion, like I can make things look angry and scared and whatever, but I don't think that does really anything useful. We'll do a whole series of crazy eyes. That's what I should do for like the cover or something, is change all the, do a whole collage and then change the eyes to strange, like more realistic cartooned eyes. All right, so we have two mysteriously get a lot of just question marks from this one. All right. Mad chicken and sad gravy. Yeah. Yeah, then I'd have to put a lot more thought into like the drama, what the characterization is too. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I think so. I think it just I like the kind of weird expressionless, because that fits the tone that I was going for a little bit more. Because anything with much more going on, then they become a character. Then it becomes like a too much personality. And it's a lack of personality and a lack of empathy and a lack of everything that I think I'm trying to get at here. Let's make these a little bit bigger. All right. How did they drop that drumstick so perfectly? Yeah, it's fun. I should play around with that sometime. Well, sometimes I do like the, teddy bear with the eyes on its backside, or the, like a jack-o'-lantern with a big expression, and then it actually has eyes on its chin. All right. Well, let's take a look at the comments. Speaking of abuse, so we're going to do November. How fitting! Well, November, December, January 2016. So let me get there first. And the first. Okay. Breath mints. All right, so let's take a look at some comments. Here we are. So November 1st, 2016. Breath mints and gum could only do so much. It's a bad breath joke. Oh, but how they tried. November 3rd, some new socks decided they never wanted to leave their bag. After seeing what happens to them, their lives are unfulfilled. November 8th, more floor food. Oh yeah, I gotta put hair on all the. Being the only two choices didn't make either of them less odd, dirty, or hard to stomach. Ew, it's just floor food. Nice election day metaphor. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, this was November 8th. Yeah, so just around the time of. So one of these is. So what is this? 2016. So this is. 2016 was that Trump? Yeah, that was Trump and Clinton. Yeah. So who's the dirty cake? All right, November 10th. This kind of thing was not easily undone. Oh yeah, I actually broke a. It had weren't a lot of fish in it. It was an aquatic frog, but I was able to rescue him. But I had this big fishbowl from, like, I forget, one of those home furnishing stores. So it was kind of thin, like almost perfectly round, and it slid off of the pretty short bookcase and landed on carpeting. So that was wonderful. A bunch of frog water in carpet, but it broke. It popped, and sounded like almost a light bulb breaking. But yeah, that was terrifying. So I had to rescue that little frog who did not want to be picked up. I think that's what made me remember that. November 15th. He wasn't quite sure what this would accomplish. Just throwing lit matches into a wastebasket. All right, November 17th. It was the kind of relationship that made the old leftovers smell not quite so bad. A smelly refrigerator, and they could still find happiness. November 22nd, 2016. A staple was more of a commitment than he was willing to make. November 24th. Obviously, none of them offered total relief from upset stomach and indigestion. I was already here liking stuff. In what way is something obvious? Supposedly it was something to do with the dots. Yes. And then somebody could explain. Do you have anything for upset stomach and indignation? Oh, that would have been much funnier. Yeah, indignation. Yeah, that would have been much funnier. Upset stomach and indignation. All right, November 29th. She didn't know if she was supposed to be impressed or very embarrassed. Looks like somebody popped the question. I'm so sorry, that doesn't normally happen. Nice. See, it's nice. My liked comments are only, 8 years old now instead of 12. Cheese on top of a slice of pie was a misunderstood art. And usually it's on a block of Swiss, or a wedge of Swiss. December 6th, they were either low-quality beef stew or amazing dog food. December 8th, some mornings there was no such thing as saving time. So brushing with, that's supposed to be like Pepto-Bismol. December 13th, look at that. What a composition there. Dishes in the sink were all about uncomfortable physical contact. Okay. It was a lot of drawing for such a lame joke. December 15th, he wondered if over 10,000 electronic books could somehow be represented by this abstract symbol. The low battery symbol. December 19th. Uh-oh. Nope, didn't go. There we go. Oh, no, I'm always doing Christmas card jokes here. The holiday season was totally spent, was mostly spent worrying about the appearance of an identical Christmas card. Right. So people just buying them from the store, maybe they'll send you the same. I remember that happening some days, like the days when we would get cards from everyone and, coworkers and everything. My family would, get a bunch of, so somebody, of course, would pick the same holiday card. And you'd get identical cards. Use them like bookends. Oh, wait. No way! I posted the same thing 2 consecutive days. So which day was the... Oh, I'm not going to bother doing that. I wonder which day was the actual Tuesday. Weird. Well, I should probably delete one of those. Yeah, let me actually go in and delete one of those someday. I'm surprised nobody complained. Hey, we just read this one yesterday. All right. December 22nd. He had become the scapegoat for all disgruntled peppermints. See, there's a joke just based on the fact that I like the sound of disgruntled peppermints. All right. December 27th. Oh, sorry. Oh, Matt, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, sorry. Fresh coffee was not always drama-free coffee. Oh, sorry, free coffee. Free coffee was not always drama. What's going on? The webpage isn't. It's not letting me. Oh, maybe this is that thing that one commenter was talking about. You try to. Yeah. You have to reload the page. You click on like and it doesn't do anything. That's weird. So free coffee was not always drama-free coffee. Haha. December 29th. He felt tremendous social pressure to be sweet and creamy. Who's going to run away with the spoon this time? January 3rd, so we'll just finish January. The stack of unread books had become so permanent that he suspected they were cemented in place. Yeah, I used to have a stack of books by the bed that I thought I'd eventually get to, and then I just gave that up because they got covered with dust, or like laying that way was not very good for them. So they made it to the bookshelf. Okay, there wasn't so much they weren't so much hair care products as they were accessories after the fact. Oh, so like balding joke? Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing here. For a bald man. Oh, thank you, sir. All right, January 10th. Their relationship had become only endless days of joyless sandwich making. Wow, lots of likes. A PB&J are not the same as on gluten-free bread. Oh, there's some more in here. Difficult without a knife. And there's one reply. Oh, a gluten reply. Someone in my family, I won't say who, is gluten intolerant, so I have to eat almost everything gluten-free. Captain Charlie, we feel for you. Oh yeah, there's no knife. I didn't draw a knife. Yikes. All right. January 12th. Their life-shortening abilities seem to go unappreciated. All right. Alcohol, tobacco, and Snickers. A long life is overrated. Snickers bars. The Snickers bar is getting a bad rap. Yeah, Snickers aren't that evil, are they? And the 17th, he would spend his entire life looking for the perfect match. Wah, wah. The perfect match. Uh-oh. Celebrating the day you were born eventually becomes anticipating the day of your death. Happy morbid birthday. Oh yeah, it was my birthday. I'm 39. I know what that looks like. Well, that's a happy thought to start the day. And I like the candles that are numbers because they're two-sided. So the back of them, that's what the back of them looks like, is nothing. All right, 24th. He had found new respect for the utility of desk calendars. Yes, the wall calendars are a little... He's also a little jealous. All right, and 26th of January, 2017. Wow, I can't believe we're in 2017. Oh, look at that denim texture, guys. Wow, that's some photoshopping. Feeling horribly out of date was somehow better than feeling empty. So that's supposed to be the big comb of the 80s. Maybe it started in the 70s, but I mostly remember it in the 80s. Like it was fashioned to have a comb with a big handle sticking out of your back pocket. I don't know when people combed their hair, but yeah, but you're there in case you need it. But yeah, a cool comb in your pocket was the accessory. And this is elementary school, so it's not like we were fashion forward. So he was under pressure to be sweet. Oh, sweet and creamy, but all he wanted to stay was to stay dark and bitter. Wow, that's almost like the other joke. Pressure to be sweet and creamy. And I just like added another phrase. These are pretty close too. They're only like a month or two apart. And very similar thinking. That's too bad. And his two friends changed his mind. He wanted to stay dark and bitter. All right, and we'll do the first one for February. There was little chance he would get a signature, but his back certainly felt much better. I guess it's an acupuncture joke. And maybe they could keep doing that a few more times. All right, so we'll pick up in February. All right. Oh, yeah, we're getting there with these. With only 2 a week now, since it's not daily anymore. The 2 a week is gonna we'll burn through these years. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Now we're back to trying to write some jokes for these nonsense cartoons I drew. Let's see here. Move my little card cases. There we go. All right, sorry. Let me get back to the chat there. Near the one near the chicken looks yummy. Yeah, mashed potatoes and gravy on the floor. Yes. I don't know why he's standing. That's the odd part. Off sounded nice, but sour cream, blah. Oh yeah, mashed potatoes, sour cream, and chives, or Italian seasoning, or gravy. Oh, yeah, it's funny. Japan has some issue with importing Idaho potatoes, like the big American potatoes here. So baked potatoes are, just the little tiny Japanese domestic ones nearby. And they've made this excuse for decades now, just saying, we can't be sure what, parasites we would be importing, and it could ruin our agriculture. We're just not going to import potatoes from America. And there's no... so they use American potatoes frozen in fast food restaurants, but they don't import fresh potatoes, the big giant potatoes from America. So I don't know if it's solely to prop up the domestic industry, or if it is legitimate fear of some weird parasite making it here and totally screwing up the soil, or eliminating some crops or something. Wow. Oh no, car accidents. Yikes. All right, sorry, I'm getting closer to the bottom here. All right. Oh, wow, your mom would wield those combs like a weapon, really? Yikes. Those big 80s combs. Yeah, we got the wooden spoon growing up. That was always, because when you're a little kid, that thing really stings. Because if you hit a kid with the concave side of it, that cupping really stings. So I guess it's better than a belt, but still, that sucked. Yeah, I just remember very young, realizing how insane the corporal punishment was, or whatever you call that, just hitting your kid was. And it wasn't too long before I was old enough. I remember it stopped. The beatings stopped when I was old enough. I don't know, it was still elementary school, but I grabbed the head of the wooden spoon and broke it off. It was this big, very liberating moment. And so broke the wooden spoon, and then had to get the hand to finish the job. And the hand is nowhere near as painful as that fucking spoon. So I remember that was it. I mean, it was just done. She just gave up doing that, but for such a long time. And I think it was just inherited. It was just an inherited thing where her parents did that. So she thought that's what you had to do to kids. But yeah, and because we were boys too, maybe that made it easier. But God, she would just beat on us when we were little kids. But also probably helped her get out the frustration of being a young mom. That was also miserable. But I remember that day where it's just no, I'm grabbing this and you're not going to hit me with it. And then it just broke in half. Some kind of epic moment. Yeah, very strange. Oh, yeah, spoon at home, comb on the road. Yeah, Matt, we're that same generation. That sucks. I don't know what they were thinking, because I never raised a hand to any. I mean, I had two girls, so maybe that's a big difference too. I'm sure I would have beat the hell out of some boys. Some hyper annoying little boys would have probably taken a beating, but yeah, never even crossed my mind to hit daughters. Yeah. It just felt, so weird. I remember a couple of times just being like, what is going on? What is this world? Because, she wasn't even angry and decided I had to be punished. Okay, I'll tell this story. I think I probably told this before. But she had this piece of, so instead of a writing, I think she did have a lap desk, for, writing cards and, stationery and stuff. A little lap desk, but she also had this piece of MDF particle board that was just put it on the desk or any surface, so she wouldn't have to worry about whatever, and could write directly on it. And I got my little set of Crayolas one time and was obsessed with Spider-Man, so I drew Spider-Man like a character model sheet of Spider-Man all over the one side of the this is horrible, all over one side of this cheap ass piece of MDF that she just used as this portable writing surface. And she saw it and very calmly said, "Oh, that's really cute. That's great. But now, I can't write on this side because the crayon, will transfer to the back of the paper, if I write on this. So you've ruined this. So I'm going to turn it over. And if you did the same thing on the other side, I can use the other side. So I'm going to turn this over. And if you did the same thing to the other side, then I'm going to have to punish you." And for a moment, I forgot whether I did or not. I'm like, did I draw on both sides? I can't remember. And she turned it over. And of course, there's fucking Spider-Man, a dozen times on the other side of this board. And she's like, "Now I have to punish you." And it was this like weird, cold, emotionless, like beating, just, wooden spoon thing. And it's just like, this is so fucked up. It's like, because she wasn't angry, and she was like, "Oh, that's cute that you did." Like she's, I interpreted it as appreciating my creativity for a minute there. And then it just turned to this, "Now I must punish you." And for a little kid, I was like, first or second grade, whatever, single digit, I was just fucking there was like, this is insane. This is insane that this shit is happening. And yeah, I remember that very clearly. If you drew on the other side, then if I can use the other side, then no problem. You're okay. But if there is drawings on this side, you are fucked. And of course, I was fucked. But I love that. I love like distinctly remembering, forgetting, or like not knowing. Like it was a surprise to both of us. When she turned the board over, it's like, did I draw on that side? But it was great. It was Spider-Man, so I did a black crayon, and did black crayon line work, and then red, and it was because it was the MDF, red and blue, his costume, and then white in the eyes. And I thought, this is the coolest looking thing ever. I've drawn such an amazing Spider-Man, and I took a beating for it. But that was weird. Yeah, that was just, I remember not being able to get through my head why this was happening. You must be punished for a 25-cent piece of MDF. I think, maybe she was just trying to get across the idea of, personal property or whatever. Don't fuck with other people's stuff, maybe? I don't know. It didn't work, whatever it was. Of course not. No, she threw it away immediately. Yeah. I did. Thank you, Matt. Yes, I suffered for my art. Yeah, she threw away all my stuff. I remember I spent a whole afternoon, because I was obsessed, like when Battlestar Galactica was on TV and stuff, I was obsessed with, spaceships. And so I would build like a cockpit out of paper. I would build like the controls and the screens and everything, and kind of lay it on a chair, the seat of it, of like a stuffed, chair, and kneel on the ground. So that was my cockpit. So I made all the controls, and I made the 3-dimensional, stick with the buttons and stuff on it. And if I would go away from it and come back, it was gone. It was just in the trash. So, and I remember I did a whole kitchen. I made a whole kitchen. I used an entire pad of construction paper and did a whole kitchen, like toasters and burners on the stove, and, all the flatware and dishes and cups and everything out of construction paper and, tape and crayons. And I was like gone for the afternoon or whatever, came back, it's all gone. It was fucking horrible. I guess that was preparing me for the digital future, where digital art is so fragile. And so I'm surprised that I don't, like, my only form of expression isn't sand art or something, or beach sand sculptures, because everything was so temporary when I was a little kid. Can't have this around. Yeah, that's funny. I have a lot of those funny memories. All right, so this is like Thanksgiving food, but it's on the floor in little piles. Or it could be on a table. So it could be a could be on a counter or a dining room table. Yeah, it's funny. I think my mother only kept some of my drawings once I was in, oh, I guess some high school stuff, some like later high school stuff, and then art school stuff. But before that, man, all that stuff was crap. It was, oh no, the books though. That's right, because that was a school project though. But I think I showed you guys those on stream. My Godzilla books and stuff. We had the school let us, like, they typed out our little story and we drew on each page, and then they sewed a binding and sewed a binding to it, like a laminated cover. So she did keep those, but that was a school thing, so it had some legitimacy in her mind. All right. So Thanksgiving, what was it? No dishes, no floor on the floor, or it had become sentient? Or is this a parade? What is this? Or a buffet? Smorgasfloor? The new Thanksgiving tradition of smorgasfloor. I forget the had a whole grocery bag full of those old green plastic. Oh, wow. I mean, man, when I was a kid, played with them a lot. And then one day I got in trouble and she threw them away. That's insane. Yeah, that is so insane that was the punishment. Did we have the same mother? Was she two-timing me? Did she fly out to California on weekends to punish you? Oh my God. Yeah, she would do that kind of stuff too. And that was always the threat when we were little kids. You clean your room, or I'm going to get a big black trash bag. I'm going to bring it in here. I'm going to throw everything away. Like, that was the threat to clean your room. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so funny. It's weird. I mean, that we don't, I think, appreciate that. And I think, like, if kids today, no, if the younger generation though, and some are, of course, still that exists in, poorer communities and areas. I think still they beat the hell out of their kids. But if the kids on the internet, on their little social media, had taken the violence from their parents that we did, I think they'd have a much different view of the world. They wouldn't be so everything wouldn't be so traumatic, because they already had the trauma, like their parents pre-traumatized them. I don't know. But I think that it does. It's so, somebody, I think Louis C.K. talked about that, about hitting your kids is just like you're the biggest, most powerful thing in their life, and now you're like doing violence to them, and so it's like that scale is like too huge for them to even comprehend. And I think that that's true. It just doesn't. I mean, yeah, you can as a parent, like, parent by fear. But yeah, it's gonna create some weirdness in there, and maybe also some tolerance for domestic violence and stuff. I wonder if that's the case, because I would imagine that kids that weren't beat up, if a partner raised their hand to them, would be much less tolerant of that. Would just be out of there, instead of like, oh, it is kind of love, kind of, because my parents did this to me. So I wonder. It's totally baseless, just thinking about things. But I wonder if that has had any effect on people's tolerance for domestic violence. All right, Thanksgiving. Without dishes was just uncomfortable. I don't know. No dishes, no. Yeah, boomers. Yeah, they thought I think they thought being traditional, like bringing that weird, because it's weird because both of my parents were very non-traditional in a lot of their thinking, and kind of wanted to be hippies or whatever, but not totally commit to the bit. They were kind of just suburban people, very suburban, small town thinking, but they kind of cosplayed a little bit as hippies, but it wasn't really part of their lifestyle or thinking. And then when they got married and had kids, they got just super traditional. They just thought they had to be very traditional to do this, and so that involved hitting your kids and just a lot of weird uncomfortableness. And I think that's why, so I've never like the little bit of teaching that I did like in Japan and stuff, I never like raised my voice and stuff. I always thought that was very strange. There is a tradition in Japan, like a berating kind of tradition, where I've seen the teachers, if a student does something wrong, and it's not even the students that are the really bad ones, like the really difficult behavioral problems, but like a good kid that they want to correct, the teacher will like bring them outside, like have them come to the teacher's room where all the desks are, and then stand outside and just scream in their face until they're in tears. And it's very strange. I saw that happen multiple times, and like, I wonder what they think they're achieving with this. Yeah, it was very odd. But I wonder what the kid had possibly done that deserved that kind of like weird, because it was probably just a, homework thing or a lateness thing or whatever. But yeah, it was this really weird berating. Dad who did that. I dealt with a hoarding problem while keeping my toys in a box for years afterwards. Yeah. Interesting, dude. Yeah, that kind of stuff yeah, it's very unexpected how that, the effect that has and how that comes across. Crazy. Yeah, overcompensating. Interesting. Interesting, Matt. Yeah, on the floor, something like, it had been a long holiday. Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, today's punishment. Today's punishment is I'm canceling your subscription to whatever. I'm sure that's what happens. It's like, yeah, I'm going to close your streaming account or your premium subscription on Twitch or whatever. No, please don't. And that's the thing too. Those reactions, like some parents have documented, like suddenly unplugging a game console or something, or turning, I guess not turning off TV, doing something that's like that causes damage, and the kids losing their minds, like just screaming like like injured animals, and just wailing and freaking out, just like, boom, you're playing your game and now it's off, and the kids just yeah, like they're having a psychotic break. Yeah, see, that's like, kids got smart though. That's right. They demanded more expensive toys, so parents aren't going to throw a $500 iPad in the trash. They're like, damn it, I can't throw it away. When all our stuff was cheap and disposable, that was entertaining for us, they could throw away all the comic books and plastic that they wanted to, but they wouldn't dare throw away an iPad. Yeah, on the floor, or leftovers. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's do leftovers, because it isn't like a complete. Something ignored, despised, or handled poorly this year. Had a lack of respect. and kind of making them be on the floor, directly on the table, wherever the heck they are. A distinct lack of respect, or maybe not respect, because people are just like intolerant, or just don't want to deal with them. I guess it kind of, yeah, it's kind of respect, but something about just one more thing you have to do something with, or were handled completely differently. Felt a distinct lack of respect. Lack of respect. Disrespect in the leftovers. I don't know. And cards. It's funny, I have had very similar ideas. It feels like that sometimes, like when I'm coming up, trying to think of a joke. It's like, oh, I think I've had that idea before. And we just saw in that last little look through 3 months, November to January, I had almost the same, half of the same joke in two cartoons, because I just drew coffee mugs again and again. So are these leftover cards? Are these this year's cards? So we're trying their best not to be replaced by digital greetings. Yeah, they're not, oh, it's really low. Let me push these up a little bit. There we go, a little more centered. Oh, the tree is the wrong way. Let's turn the tree around first. Yeah, the tree would be upside down. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, am I in the wrong? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. Now I'm on the right one. There we go. There, the cards open that way, not the other way. It's getting harder to remember which way is which. Let's see. So holiday cards, we're trying hard to be more something than digital greetings. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's right. So just like an assortment of, yeah, I like that, Matt. I like that a lot. They're hoping to actually get used this year. Oh my God. Did you get filtered, Matt? I didn't see. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah. Maybe something caught it. I don't see like a release, a comment. That's funny. Yeah, I guess YouTube doesn't like us talking about beating children too long. Okay, stop it now. Yeah, I like the finally being used this year. So once out of the drawer where you keep all of your unused cards, high hopes of actually being sent this year. High hopes. Once out of the drawer, they had high hopes of actually being sent this year. This year. All right, sent. Is that? Oh, yeah. All right. Actually being sent. Poor cards. And the weird Thanksgiving. After fed a distinct lack of respect this year. Disrespecting. Or finally a method to deal with leftovers, or a method to handle leftovers. They're just being disrespected. No dishes, no saran wrap. They're just not even in Tupperware. All right. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for that being sent idea. I like that. Yeah, my mother always had, like, when she was more like retirement age, like older, always had a drawer of like just generic random birthday cards and stuff, just in case something came up. And it's so funny. Let's go to the birthday card drawer. You can't. None of those can be, referred to the age or anything. And now you are 8. Can't use that. Okay, Thanksgiving leftovers. We'll just go with respect. I can't. Yeah, distinct lack of respect this year. Period. And once out of the drawer, they had high hopes of actually being sent this year. Getting into the holiday cartoon season. So holiday music and holiday cartoons for the next month and a half. I guess it's actually almost just a month. What is today? The 16th? Yeah. Just over a month left of this nonsense. So I'm trying to find my little pen stand. There we go. I got the heater, like the electric heater on. I hope it's not making too much noise on the background. I'll listen back to this and see. But I think the noise cancellation is pretty good on the mic, so it'll deny it. I forgot it isn't Twitch. Oh, Matt described his teen self as an A word. Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess we, all that punishment we took as little kids, we made up for as shitty teens. Yeah, I definitely was a lot of trouble as a teenager. All the leftovers. Oh, that's good too. Yeah, the leftovers dropping at the same rate. A holiday experiment to find out. But I like the. It must be the equinox, right? The turkey leg stands up on its own. A few streamers that discuss pretty heavy stuff. Oh, the oddly wrapped gifts, the falling Christmas trees. Oh yeah, good stuff to yeah. There'll be a lot of good stuff to come. Thanks, dude. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, just trying not to turn on the big the big stuff yet. Yeah, let me see one more little bit. Thanks, Unknown Girl. Yeah, I'm always curious about that stuff. It probably isn't much louder than the projector fan, so that's on sometimes too. All right, well, we did it. Time for some chocolate popcorn. Whoa, get out of here. We already had chocolate-covered shrimp crackers, so we're moving on to something a little bit more edible. Those were actually pretty popular, though. I was surprised they sold out everywhere. Those chocolate shrimp crackers that I showed you guys. The chocolate was really good, and the crackers weren't so fishy, so I think that helped. They were just kind of salty, so it's kind of like a chocolate covered pretzel thing. They weren't. So maybe like almost just like the salt that's sometimes flavored with seafood. It's a little bit more like that. All right. There's one, and there's Floor Thanksgiving. That might be an exact same. That feels like an exact same joke. A distinct lack of respect is sounds like something I wrote before. Just repeating myself. So AI can do this eventually. That's what I'm doing. Is I'm just trying to find all the loops. Oh yeah. So Osaka it rarely gets snow. I guess being near like lower, like further south and not near the water. So we hover. It's kind of annoying because it's hovers just above freezing. So it's like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius all season, which you think, oh, that's nothing. Like 37 or whatever, 35, 37 is nothing compared to some of the more brutal parts of like the Midwest or the northern parts of the U.S. But it's kind of this like damp cold that kind of gets into your bones kind of feeling. It's really weird because that once it's so cold that the air and the moisture, everything is frozen and it's just really dry, it doesn't feel so cold. It just kind of stings. But the weird, this area just kind of lingers around this weird coldness. So sometimes if we get precipitation, we'll get a little bit of snow, but a lot of times it's just, half freezing rain, kind of like sleet, kind of rainy stuff. But not much of it during the year. But yeah, it's crazy. All right. So here comes the popcorn. All right, so continuing our tradition of things covered in Ghana chocolate. So they just came out with this. So Ghana is so there's Meiji and Ghana and maybe one other brand of chocolate that they do a lot of different chocolate snacks and stuff. And they're all slightly a little bit different flavor. But Ghana Chocolate has done, now they keep doing a series of their chocolate covering stuff. So we had those shrimp crackers before, which were actually a little bit palatable. And this time we've got some sweet, crunchy popcorn. So yeah, popcorn covered with Ghana chocolate. So I wonder if it's actually just chocolate covered popcorn, because it's melted, right? Like because I was thinking it was going to be pretty thin, like a thin coating, like caramel corn. It's just kind of like they melt it and just kind of roll it in there, but it's not really heavy. This actually looks pretty intense. Like it looks like chocolate dipped popcorn. So I wonder. And it's cute too. They even have on the package of just the chocolate. So here's what the just like Hershey bar or whatever. Here's what the chocolate looks like. they have little instructions to pair this with the mochi covered ice cream. So I'm totally blanking on the name. Not Pinot. That's chocolate covered. There's a mochi covered ice cream snack, and it comes in two little plastic cups. And their recommendation is to melt the chocolate and put it in one of the cups and have like a chocolate fondue with the mochi, chocolate or mochi covered ice cream, which is a cute idea. So Ghana is all about collaboration. They're all about teamwork and working together. Put Ghana chocolate on everything. So Lotte. I think Lotte is it's pretty big. I don't know if it's owned by even Japan anymore. It might be like a larger, kind of multinational kind of thing now in Asia, because I think they make a lot of, or maybe Korean? I can't remember. Wow, this bag did not open well. All right, so here's my horrible opening job, but I'll give you an idea. So they're kind of dry looking. I thought they would be a little glossier. And it is chocolate dipped. It's pretty heavy because you can't see any of the details. You see some little extreme edges poking out. Pretty covered popcorn. It's wow. Is it? It's chocolate covered caramel corn. Yeah. So that's an odd thing here is plain popcorn, like salt and butter popcorn, is not the default. A lot of the times popcorn, when somebody advertises popcorn or there's a stand that's popcorn, it's caramel corn. So this is chocolate covered caramel corn, which is pretty cool. I guess I was supposed to get that hint. Yeah. From here. That does look like a piece of caramel corn. Just look at the ingredients to confirm. Yep, it's caramel. That's pretty good. Wow. So chocolate-covered popcorn sounded pretty boring. Unless there was like a kind of salty thing. But wow, chocolate-covered caramel corn. They don't indicate that anywhere. They say it's sweet. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Wow. It's a pretty good idea. Okay. They're 2-0. I thought shrimp crackers were a terrible idea to dip in chocolate. And if I would have known this was caramel corn, I would not have thought that was a good idea. Wow. So it's kind of like, like a Milky Way or Snickers bar. You're getting the layer of chocolate and then some caramel and then something else, something crunchy. And wow, chocolate covered caramel corn. Well, I'm really glad I went for this. I was like, this might be kind of boring, but it's a revelation. And that's why it's so heavily coated, because if they did it light, they'd be overpowered probably by the sweetness of the caramel. It's not very pleasant looking. It's kind of strange looking, but it's not really glossy. It doesn't melt in your fingers, so they kind of coated it well. Oh yeah, no, they do on the back here. There we go. Yeah, they do indicate. I didn't read this little part here. They do indicate that it is caramel and then popcorn. But not on the front at all. I think that it's because the default is like popcorn. Many people think, because at the movie theaters here, they make both. So you have buttered popcorn, fake buttery popcorn, and then caramel corn. And usually the default is a bucket with a paper divider, half regular popcorn, default butter popcorn, and then caramel corn. So it's a pretty standard thing here to popcorn is caramel. Wow. Okay. That's one of those that's going to get finished. So that's a really high praise when I know that I'm going to actually finish this. Wow. So Ghana covered popcorn. So Ghana caramel corn covered with chocolate. Really nice. Yeah. Really good idea. Maybe pretty sweet for Japanese, like regular Japanese, but wow. A happy surprise. So that's pretty good. So we had shrimp crackers. Now we have caramel corn. What is next? I'm sure it's going to be like soybean crackers or something terrible. So we'll see what Ghana comes up with next. So another win for the folks at Ghana. Good job, Ghana chocolate. All right. Wow, that was really yeah. I should have guessed because just straight popcorn is pretty rare here. They have, some of the import shops have like the Jiffy Pop style stuff. The thing you can do on your stove. Which actually won't work with only will work with gas stoves because they don't have electric stoves here anymore. They have IH. Those it's just like a glass surface that heats. What does IH stand for? Induction. Yeah, induction heating. So yeah, it's really easy to clean because you just wipe off a glass surface, but you have to have special pans and stuff that will handle the induction heat to actually get through. So it uses magnetic induction to generate heat in cookware. So you have to buy special IH pans and things. But it's really popular here, I think, just because of lazy cleaning. You don't have to remove burner covers and stuff to clean it, but it's slower, like electric. It's slow to heat up. They do a lot of safety precautions so that you don't burn yourself because you can't see. It doesn't like indicate that it's on except for a light. So you don't. It's a little more tricky. So there's a lot of locks and things, the precautions and flashing lights that tell you things are heating and hot and stuff. But yeah, so you can't cook popcorn. I mean, in a pan you can, but you can't use the little Jiffy Pops here very easily. Maybe that's why they don't sell them so much. All right, so I confused the heck out of Matt this week with my attempt. So I was trying to find out if the stream was actually getting the Upturned Table weekly stream that we do. It's only been a live stream, and it's kind of capped. It seems like it's capped at it gets 50 views every week. 50 views. And sometimes if we were talking about something particularly controversial, it'll go a little bit higher. But I was just curious if if I just cut the podcast part of it out and uploaded it as a separate file, if it would do any better. And it really didn't. So I think everybody that wants to watch it does watch it. So I guess they tolerate the banter and the talk at the end. Okay, what's going on here? What is going on? Maybe last modified? Then the name thing is not working. What is going on? There we go. Sorry. It wasn't sorting. The directory was like sorting really weird, so I couldn't find the latest files. But yeah, don't sort by name because that doesn't do anything. All right, there we go. So that's, yeah. Today and next Tuesday. And it might go... No, I think with the daylight savings, it's not going to go up immediately. Yes, that must be what it's all about. But yeah, I was just trying to see because I think YouTube treats those differently. They treat live streams and then uploaded files differently in the algorithm, and I just wanted to see if that was the case. I probably didn't choose a good example because none of the stories we did were like particularly controversial or had any good keywords or anything in them. But yeah, just doing that as a test. It's going to be a lot more work every week to do that, but I thought maybe if it actually gets sent out to more eyeballs, it would be worth doing. But yeah, I'll just do the audio. We'll just cut that part down for the audio. All right. And then gross out. Oh, oops, I missed it. My auntie had that kind. I was so confused for the other kind. Yeah, you can get it. Yeah, just get like a popcorn maker, hot air popcorn maker or something. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I could, because I know it doesn't get recommended. So from the stats, it looks like everybody that watches the live stream watches it from the notification. So you know how you can kind of build up that list of notifications on your YouTube. So everybody clicks on that notification. So so what I was thinking is they'll still get it, and I'll just set the live stream to unlisted, and then people can still watch that. And I think it can still be monetized if it's unlisted. I don't know. But then I'll cut a shorter version down, cut the ends off, make it like a 30 to 40 minute video instead of over, an hour, almost 2 hour video, and put it up by itself. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it a couple more weeks and see what happens. And if it has longer, if it has legs, if it lasts longer, if people watch it longer, then maybe. I don't know. Because it's hard to tell because they mash all the data, from super chats and everything all together, mostly for the revenue reporting. So it's hard to tell if something does good because you can't tell if it's a good ad buy or if it's just somebody like pledged $5 or somebody contributed through super chat. They do break it down, but like for just their basic reporting, it's kind of hidden. So just trying to figure it out. I want to, try to make the weekly as worth doing as possible. But it's something that we really have to do to kind of even stay recommended at all. I think at least doing that weekly live stream is helping people find our other stuff because it's keeping the channel active, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? YouTube doesn't make it easy to figure out what the hell's going on. All right. Oh, Matt, aren't you happy? The Invisible Sun box is back. Whatever. 25 pounds of Monty Cook. I keep getting that. They're obviously spending a lot of money on marketing. I keep having that promoted to me. I was like, I don't care about the Invisible Sun box. It's back. All right. What was there anything else? Yeah, I'm all uploaded, so that's good. Oh, and I guess I should keep checking my phone. So we finished at a good time. I think we've got some more time before maybe. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's in the morning. Yep, we're good. All right. So what is everybody doing at the end of the year? Yeah, so Chris is going to be traveling. So I need to talk to you, Matt. Chris is going to be out for a lot of December. So I'm either going to be soloing a live stream in a Santa hat, or I'm going to be begging Matt to talk to me. Yeah, it went really fast, didn't it? It's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are doing this almost daily posting of like around a 12-minute video. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, so Matt, I'm going to message you. Hopefully you don't go to bed right now. But I want to message you about a couple of ideas for the end of the year. And I just want to know if you're busy. If you're going to be busy towards the end of the year, I won't pester you with stuff. But Chris is gone, so I'm trying to think of some projects to do. I'll definitely do the audiobook thing in December to finish that third book. But there's some other... I've got a ton of like unboxing stuff to do, so I was thinking the backlog might work well as like a Christmassy themed, like 12 days of RPGs or whatever. Do something fun. Oh, Italian beef for Thanksgiving. That I'm coming over. I'll be right there. That sounds great. Nice. Oh yeah, tutorial. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's something I haven't gotten too far into. Like because we don't even do that many reviews anymore. Because when I do the flip through, I talk a lot about the mechanics and stuff. So that kind of is a like a light preview. It's not a I've played this game. This is what I think. It's not a very strong opinion, but yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because yeah, that does get people looking at things. The actual plays for role playing games, I think, work well as kind of how to plays because it gives people an example of how how you ran that adventure, so how they might approach it. No, yeah, I was thinking that in December. Yeah, I was thinking stuff starting in December. I'd hit you up for some. Oh yeah, when is Thanksgiving this year? I mean, it's Thursday, but is it this week? Next week? When is it? 23rd. Yeah, yeah. All right, we're coming up on Black Friday. Oh yeah, so it's right. It's a week from today. Yeah, I won't bug you on Thanksgiving. Nice. Yeah, I need the Grinch for my Santa. Yeah, one of us is gonna have to. We'll do good cop, bad cop for the holidays. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really have to see Godzilla before it goes away. While it's in the theater. That would be awesome. It's getting really good reviews, so I think the new Godzilla is a nice, like, kind of reboot approach. So that's cool. Yeah, I like doing the. It was fun to do the intro and the outro for the new Recut podcast for the gaming channel. I put a little bit more of a Kokoro no Me in there. Some of their they have some live clips and stuff on YouTube. So put some of that in there to get it to go along more with the music. All right. Yeah, I need decent, like, I guess I can record it myself. I don't know why I just don't make it myself. But I was looking for, like, stock images of, like, dice rolling and stuff. But I should probably just do that myself. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, so finished Boardwalk Empire. I don't know what's next. I kind of watched all the shows I'd never caught up on over the pandemic, so I'm kind of running out of, like, I watched The Wire and Band of Brothers and stuff, things that I totally missed when they were on. I gotta find something. Yeah, the streaming services are really inconsistent. I was thinking about, anybody have any Babylon 5 opinions? Because they just released a straight to video animated movie based on that. I'm wondering if Babylon 5 is any good. Apple Godzilla series starts. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's so much Godzilla. That's right. They're doing a series, and I think there's an American. They're working on another American movie. Oh, Matt's recommending For All Mankind. Oh, nice. That must be another Apple series. I haven't heard of that. Nice. Yeah, I got to find something. Who is in it? Oh, Joel Kinnaman. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll check that out. Thanks for the recommendation, Matt. Yeah, I've been trying to think of what... Yeah, supposedly the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul guy's doing a like kind of maybe speculative future light sci-fi series next. That sounds cool. But who knows how long it's going to take. It's all going to be on Apple, too. I think Apple's the only platform that has any respect now. So this For All Mankind dramatizes an alternate history depicting what would have happened if the global space race had never ended. So after the Soviets succeeded in the first crewed moon landing ahead of the U.S. Wow, interesting. Wow, yeah. So Eternal Space Race, 1969, and they're still racing. Oh, and it jumps ahead. Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for the recommendation. That sounds really interesting. Like what the financial burden of that would be, and yeah, interesting to keep that kind of focus. So U.S. presidents Nixon, Carter, Reagan, Bush, and Clinton. Oh, that's cool. Neat idea. See, there's still creative stuff out there. It's just that they don't. It doesn't get promoted as much as all the Disney crap. Wow. Yeah, I was trying to. That looks like that looks well worth checking out. Yeah, bad 90. Yeah, I'm good with bad 90s. I love Well, I guess that was 2000s, wasn't it? Farscape. Yeah, but oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah. I watched a video about kind of the trouble getting it made, like the difficulty that the creator had actually getting the show made, and I guess they had Stuart Copeland write the theme song, and then they hated it. And so they did a more, kind of Star Trek style or theatrical style, like orchestral score. But I guess Stuart Copeland just did space guitars or something. And people were like, no. It's so funny. You just hire a name and you can't, you got to think about what they're capable of doing. Nice. Yeah, I'll check that out then. Yeah, I was curious because once I saw that animated, like, I don't know any of these characters. I don't know this setting, so I should watch a little bit of the series if I want to watch that animated film. And it's still interesting that they just produce a new, Babylon 5, sequel movie thing or whatever. That's it was direct to video, but still interesting. Oh man. Yeah, very cool. So you created an ongoing epic space arc for that show that was way ahead of TV for its time. Cool. Well, I got to check it out then. Yeah, definitely. Nice. Got to be careful though. I was watching only Star Trek, so I didn't get contaminated. But all of on the YouTube Premium, like movies and stuff, all for like 4 seasons or however many there were of Farscape are up there for free. So I occasionally watch some Farscape. Just love space puppets though. You can't go wrong with Jim Henson Studios space puppets. Oh man. Yeah. So good. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it did 2 hours. It did go really fast. I felt like the cartoons, I don't know if they're good, but they came pretty easily. I was really struggling last week. Oh, cool. Will loves Farscape. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that show a lot. I like, and how quickly they set things up, and the kind of variety of, they're always encountering some odd characters. I think that's really fun. What that shows, they're always introducing new species and, new alien species and stuff, and all kinds of odd stuff. And they do right away. I think that's the reason I liked it pretty quickly is by like the 3rd episode or whatever, they're doing like time loops and stuff. Yeah, they're doing really cool stuff. Nice. Oh, thank you, Unknown Girl. TV show Second Chance. Older but good show. Worth watching. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, yeah. That 2000 teens, there was still creativity out there. Whoa, sci-fi crime drama. That's cool. So inspired by Frankenstein and or modern Prometheus. Oh, that's really a cool idea. Wow. Nice. Oh, thanks for the recommendation. Yeah. I'll check out Second Chance. I'll give Second Chance a first shot. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely need that. I don't I just don't trust like just taking random random opinions from, blogs or YouTubers or whatever, unless you know them. There's a good chance that they're recommending garbage, or they're very shills. Like, it hasn't. If it's not something that somebody personally said, well, I enjoyed that. If it's something that people are just talking about for clicks on YouTube, then you got to be suspicious. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. But all right. Well, I think I'll wrap up for this week. Yeah, just in case I don't want to get a sudden message and have to run off. So yeah, let me wrap up for this week. And thank you so much for everybody watching. It was good to see Unknown Girl. It was good to see you. It's been a while. And Matt, hope to see you tomorrow. I think everything's okay. I haven't gotten the confirmation from Chris, but we've got a couple more weeks that we can do it before she's leaving. But yeah, so we'll do this again next week. So if you're watching this from archives or just lurking, abusecartoons.com. I think everything's in the description. Is the website, and then gocomics.com/domestic abuse is the archives where everything gets uploaded, and patreon.com/abusecartoons. And thank you for all the patrons, Unknown Girl and John and everyone that's in the Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. And we will do this again next week. So 2 more cartoons and another snack. See what else Ghana puts chocolate on this week. That would be funny if they did it regularly enough that I almost weekly could eat something with chocolate on it. All right, my dream. So we'll do this again next week. So take care, everyone, and see you next time. Goodbye. Bye.